Last weekend, we all went racing together at Magnolia Motorsports Park in northeastern Ohio for No Prep Mania, a pretty well-established race hosted by D-Team Racing. Tommy brought the Falcon, Kenny brought the Cutlass, Allison has her Dakota there, Tony and Tess brought the White Mustang, and Billy brought his Nova. Overall, the turnout was really good. The track hasn't been raced on all year, so the surface was the worst it's ever been for any of these events. The track is concrete out to 60 foot, but the rest is old asphalt. And to say that the surface is sketchy is quite an understatement. The atmosphere was really good and everyone was excited to get started Friday night in what they call Run What You Brung. There were some serious hitters on the property. Although we were excited to be racing, we were also excited to celebrate Tommy's birthday this weekend. His nickname when he was little was Tigger, so Carrie and Vicky had some special decorations just for the occasion. Unfortunately, Kenny and Allison had to run each other first round Friday night, with Kenny getting the win. But Kenny didn't have a hot enough tune-up in the Cutlass for second round. Billy, however, made it to the finals on Friday night of their Run What You Brung class in the Nova, and ultimately ended up beating Mike Batdorf of D-Team Racing in the final. So that brings us to Saturday, and we had a little bit of time during the day before the event started to go get some lunch, and we noticed this toy store on the way. This was Wyatt's first time ever going into a toy store, and let's just say he was a little overwhelmed. We could have spent several hours in there with Wyatt. I don't think he would have ever gotten tired, especially with the amount of sweets and candy in there. Pookie's in sensory overload. His dad spotted a slot car set in there and he wasn't about to wait for Christmas to get it. It became a major priority for us to get set up as soon as we got home. Although Wyatt was more interested in holding the cars and pushing them than he was watching them go around the track. Eventually we took a break to go in the house to celebrate his Uncle Tommy's birthday with cake and ice cream and fist bumps. A lot of fist bumps.
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Tasha. Happy birthday to you.
Did you make a wish?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Do you want to redo it?
Okay.
All right, so it is, what is today, Monday, Kenny?
Yeah.
I got Kenny Powers with me. Kenny and I are headed up to Bob's to go pick up my John Deere tractor, and I'm going to attempt to drive my dump truck home because I've got a lot of work at the house I need to get done. I think Bob's just about done with everything that he needs it for up at the farm. I've got some work out back I need to get done with the back lot. I need to get it finish graded and get it seeded for the summer's over. I want to get some grass coming up back there before winter. I've also got some driveway work I want to do out in front of the shop. I want to widen the front entryway just a little bit to the west, and I need to get my equipment home for that. Also, we're going to pull the engine out of my Malibu. Unfortunately, the other day when I started having trouble with my kidney stones, Kenny started pulling the engine out of it, and we didn't really get a chance to film what I wanted to film with it, but I noticed it had a little bit of a lifter noise in it. I thought maybe it just had a lifter getting loose, and I think it may have a damaged lifter in it. I don't know. I don't know whether maybe one of the rocker arms backed off a little bit or something. I don't know, but just to be safe, I want to go ahead and pull the engine out of it, take it up to Bob's and get it freshened up so we can get it ready to put back in Tommy's S10, because that's where it belongs. And I am just about ready to get started working on the engine for my Malibu, my original engine. It was a 421. When I put it back together this time, it will be a 434, and I'm going to try my best to put it on pump gas. I talked to Vic Ellinger at Wiseco this morning on the phone about some pistons for it, and we've got a game plan. I think I've got a set of heads here in the back of the truck I'm taking to Bob, and they came from Eric Weingartner. It's the same set of heads that Bob has on his 415 that's in his Camaro. Really nice set of heads. They flow over 330 CFM, and we're going to try and use those heads on a pump gas 434 and put my Malibu on pump gas so that I can take it on drag and drives. And if I want to go someplace where E85 isn't readily available, I can just pull up to a pump and fill it up with high test and go. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go up and see Uncle Bob for a minute, take a look at these cylinder heads, and try and bring my dump truck and my tractor back. Most of my equipment has been up at Bob's for the past 2 months, while he and I have been working on getting things ready for his daughter's wedding. So Bob's Nova project has been on hold now too. Although he's been enjoying driving it to work and running errands in it from time to time, with everything he's got going on, he just hasn't had time to work on it. He's been working on a batch of Pontiac engines that came through the machine shop recently, not to mention all the work he's been doing on stuff for us. I've been trying to gather up parts for my Malibu's engine, and these aluminum cylinder heads from Eric Weingartner are key ingredients to what I've got going on. These standard 23-degree heads feature 250cc intake runners that flow over 330 CFM. These are identical to the cylinder heads that Bob put on his Camaro's 415 that made over 700 horsepower. Bob's 415 originally had a set of Dart Pro 1 heads on it, and after swapping to these, the car ended up going from 1050s in the quarter mile down to 950s. Anyway, after we dropped the cylinder heads off at the machine shop, Kenny and I made our way over to Bob's house to hopefully get my dump truck started. It's been sitting in the same spot in Bob's backyard since I finished working on his pond a few weeks ago. Thankfully, it didn't give any problems getting started, and I drove it straight down to the farm so we could load up my John Deere and bring it back with us. I know my old dump truck doesn't look or sound like much, but it honestly doesn't run down the road too bad now that it has an exhaust system, 6 new tires, and all new brakes. We definitely still need to work on the front suspension, shocks, and rear springs. But for what I'm using it for, the truck does just fine. Once we got home, I unloaded the John Deere, and June Pup and I got started doing some finish grade work out back. Wyatt and Vicky brought drinks and fist bumps to help keep me hydrated and motivated. He also offered to help pick up rocks and chuck them in the creek. In fact, I'd say he's an excellent rock picker-upper. Throwing rocks seems to be one of his favorite things to do. He tossed rocks in the creek until it was time to go up to the house for dinner. I can't put into words how much I love this little guy and what it means to have him with us every day. Although taking care of a toddler at our age is a lot of work, it's definitely a blessing to be able to do it. Anyway, after dinner, I wanted to get back to work on my dad's 35 Ford out in the shop. All right, so we're finally getting around to testing the cooling system to see whether or not it's getting exhaust gases into the radiator. Now, this tube has got a liquid in it, and it will turn what, green or yellow?
Yellow.
It'll turn yellow if the system ends up with exhaust gases in the coolant. Now, it's got a vacuum line that attaches to the top of this tube, and I'm going to start this thing up, and Kenny's going to put his thumb over the end of that and make sure it's actually got vacuum. It's this little vacuum line that comes off the intake here, and it's not very tight. It seems like there's something going on there. I don't know whether I don't know. Let's just fire it up and let's see if we've got enough vacuum to pull exhaust gases up through that. Oh my goodness. All right, neutral. Parking brake set. There we go. You got enough vacuum? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're good shape. All right, well, I guess go ahead and hook that thing on there. So if this thing turns yellow, we've got problems. Does it say how long it should take? Hot. We've got something going on here, but evidently it may or may not be exhaust gases in the cooling system. It doesn't turn yellow like the directions say it should if it's got exhaust gas in the coolant. Although it does look a little bit green, but the coolant's green, so. What?
This side of the hose is hot, and this one's cold. Is this like some kind of shut-off valve?
Yeah, that's a shut-off valve. That used to go to the heater core. And I've got it shut off so that it doesn't bypass the radiator. So, I don't know. We still got something going on here. Evidently, I'm gonna have to pull a water pump off that passenger side and see what's going on with it, because one side of this thing runs 160 degrees and the other side's 200. By Tuesday afternoon, I had made another trip back up to Bob's and brought the excavator home to tear apart some piles of broken concrete and dirt that I plan on using along the creek bank next to the new shop. During the last 30 years that we've lived here, the creek has continuously eroded closer and closer to the bank in our backyard. And this year, with all the rain we've had, has definitely been destructive. So I want to get the creek moved back where it came from and stabilize the bank before the month of September so that I've got plenty of time to get grass and root structure planted to help stop erosion. But as usual, there are questions about the way I'm going about it.
Do you approve of this?
I know that.
Does he know when to stop? What do you think, Pooch? Hey, be very careful.
I tried to keep the loads relatively light to take it easy on the truck since the rear springs aren't in the best of shape. In fact, I think the passenger side has 2 broken leafs already. But regardless, the old truck's hanging in there and hasn't given a single problem the entire time I've been using it.
Soft hands, brother. Soft hands.
What we got here is a working job site, yeah.
Hey man, where's your hard hat?
Oh,
Where's your cones?
that's a union rep. Yeah, that's how we do her, yeah.
We are done.
Soft hands.
Soft hands.
Soft hands.
Who's got soft hands?
Us. Watching
Me?
you, yeah.
Really?
Yep. No.
My hands are getting soft, I'll be honest.
Damn.
It's been a minute.
Mike
Well,
was
what
thinking
we're
about
doing
jumping in, but
Well, no, you're all right, Mike. Listen, this is a job specifically for a man of my stature, okay? So what we're doing here, this creek used to be over there. And as time and erosion has happened, the creek keeps moving further and further this way. And so, and therefore, I shall be putting it back.
you're gonna have to update Google Maps.
It's just a matter of 3 or 4 feet. Well, I'm using up some debris that I hauled in years ago.
Debris?
Well, it's broken concrete off job sites that me and Roger Dorsey did for like 20 years. Broken concrete. It's good for lining the creek bank, and that's what I'm doing. I just got to move it from back there up here and then shove it over with the dozer.
Kenny said something about you about shoved yourself over the about
Oh,
an hour
Kenny
ago.
Schminny. He doesn't know anything. I just had to get myself out of the creek, that's all. I had to have the excavator down the creek, and then I had to just lay the bank back and crawl back out.
We don't have very good insurance anymore, so just keep that in mind.
Right.
Hey, like I said, he didn't any gas lines today.
No
He didn't-
fiber optics.
He didn't, no power lines. I mean, we're doing good.
Hell yeah, we're Gucci. Hi, Pookie.
Pookie's shop supervisor. Now, Dad don't have hard hats and cones and lights out, so they might get him for that, but
While I was busy working out back on the creek project yesterday, Billy and Kenny had managed to pull the engine out of my Malibu. They had it on an engine cradle and loaded into the El Camino so that I could take it up to the machine shop and secure its place in line with everything else that Bob's got to fix. After talking to Tommy, though, I think it's probably a good idea to send it up there anyway. Tommy's got a few changes he'd like to have made. All right, guys, so while we've got Tommy's 415 pulled out, Tommy would like to go ahead and make some changes in it so that he would be able to run this thing on pump gas when he puts it back in his little blue S10. So we're going to take this opportunity while we've got the engine apart and got it at the machine shop. We're going to probably change pistons in it, probably change camshaft in it, and get it set up for Tommy so that when he does put it back in his truck, he can do what he wants with it. I think he wants to do drag and drives, bracket race it a little bit, things like that. So he wants to be able to run it on pump gas, so that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, while it's out and while the Malibu is down, I've got something else coming up here. The Monte Carlo project is headed to Mike Lane Fabrication. Now, I know I mentioned I was going to take it to 10 Soldier, but that's just not really working out. Those guys are so busy, they don't really have time to take on another major project like that. The other thing is, it's really difficult for me to film and make content of the project while it's 2.5 hours away one way, whereas Mike's shop's like 15 minutes from the house. So I think it would also help Mike considerably for his channel. We would both be able to film, and I'd be able to help make content for Mike and help make content for me and film the process a lot easier if it was being done 15 minutes away. The Monte Carlo obviously doesn't need an engine in it to go do the chassis work and the mini tub. And the Malibu, if it gets left without an engine in it, I have to pull or push it in and out, or it gets left outside, and I don't want that, because my shop, I've got that one bay there with a lift, and we're always working on stuff in there, and it's pretty busy. And I don't want the Malibu to get damaged shoving it in and out or leaving it sit outside. I just don't want that. So I really don't want to have the Malibu down. So I think what we're going to do is pull that engine out of the Monte Carlo and put it in the Malibu for right now, just so that the Malibu runs and drives, and it's not another dead vehicle sitting around. So we've got that 64 C10 we need to get the engine put back in. That's been an ongoing thing. I really need to get back on that. So hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to get back on that project too and get the C10 back together. I've got a 307, just a stock 307 out of Bob's Nova we're going to put in it. And I don't know. I don't even really need that truck anymore. The El Camino pretty much is filled in for it, but we'll see. There's just so much going on this summer. We had planned to do some drag and drives and all kinds of different things, but with us helping take care of the baby, we're not free to just go and do as we please anymore, which that's okay. I'm not the least bit upset about that at all. I love Wyatt, and there's nothing I would rather be doing than helping take care of him. But it has, it's financially, it's set us back a little bit because Vicky quit her job, and now we're paying 100% of our health insurance. So we're down a little bit of income, so we don't have that financial freedom to do as I had been doing with, painting the 55 and restoring it, and all the money we put into the Monte Carlo. That's kind of dried up for the time being, but it wouldn't be that bad if I could make 2 videos a week. I could be doing pretty well. However, it's hard. The last 6-7 months have been very difficult on our family, but I think we're starting to come out of it now. I think we've seen the worst of it, at least I hope. And we're hoping to all move together in the same direction again, all going racing together and helping each other and getting through this last several months. It's been rough, but anyway, that's what's going on. That's the plan. Let's go see Uncle Bob, drop this engine off, and explain to him what we're going to do with it. As I mentioned earlier, Bob's projects have kind of been put on the back burner as well. Although Bob's already got most of his parts, his short block is ready to be put together for the Nova, but he's still waiting on some valve train components from Scorpion Racing Products down in Florida. In the meantime, he's been busy trying to get his new building finished and some dirt work completed that would be a lot easier if he had his dozer fixed. He bought this little John Deere dozer as a fixer-upper a few months ago, and right now he's in the midst of fixing the engine and putting it all back together. With everything that Bob has going on up at the machine shop, it's likely going to be several weeks before we can even work on Bob's Nova's engine, much less my engine or Tommy's, which is why I want to just go ahead and put the engine out of the Monte Carlo in the Malibu for right now. How are you today?
I'm hanging in there.
So I'm just dropping this thing off. Young Thomas says he would like to switch those pistons and put a flat top or a dish in it, whatever we've got to do to make it pump gas friendly. He wants to run that S10 on pump gas. And so with everything we've got going on with this 427 and 434 program that you and I are working on, we might just throw a 4-inch arm in that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll ask Thomas what he wants to do, but he's kind of thinking about putting that in the S10 on pump gas. So the pistons for my engine should be here in a couple of weeks. And I think that Vic wants to come down from Wiseco and explain what he's doing with this piston. And so I told him that's fine. If he wants to come down, we'll do a video and explain what he's trying to do for me for this pump gas 434 situation. Really looking forward to that. My crankshaft just came in. It's here. So we've got rods, we've got the crank. Now once we have pistons and rings, we can go ahead and start the balance process for that. And my heads are here. We've got some part numbers I need to order from Iski for keepers and retainers and valve springs. You got that stuff for me today, so that's good. What else is going on? We got to get on your 427 at some point, but you got to get through this wedding first.
Well, yeah, I'm going to start working on this.
Are you?
Yeah.
You've been working on John Deere engines and trying to get your dozer. Like both of us are just inundated with all kinds of extra stuff we're trying to get accomplished. But all right, well, I'll let you get back to work, and I'm going to head back home and get to moving dirt again, I think, out back. It's been a while.
It has.
Oh boy. What would you like to talk about?
Well, it's my birthday. You are going to take me to Timbuk on Friday so I
Yes.
can get some fall flowers.
Yes.
That's my birthday present.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm not going to
I
lie.
see, I knew you were. You act like you're this grumpy guy, but you secretly like to take me to do this stuff. So,
Every time.
every time.
So we had visitors over the weekend.
Yes, so if everybody remembers, back in July, we drew a winner from Shibona, Illinois, that could come out and spend the weekend with us, check out all the cars, see the shop, go racing with us, and that's exactly what they did. And I think they had a really good time.
They did. They actually came with us to Magnolia last weekend and hung out here at the shop for a little while.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to film a whole lot of it because, I don't know, I just feel weird like inviting people that have never been here that we don't know and they don't really know us and just throw a camera right in their face. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be present. I just wanted to engage and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
And so I didn't film anything while they were here at the shop.
Yeah.
And then we went racing.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see that much of them while we were at the track. They were up there watching.
They hung out with me at the merch tent.
Did they?
Yep.
Okay.
And, every time one of the kids was up to make a pass, they'd go up and watch. And,
Right.
I think they had a good time. They said that they hope to maybe come back next season and, check out some more races out our way.
Yeah.
So, Robert and Julia, it was nice to have met you guys and spent the weekend, and I hope you had a good time. And
Yes. They were very
Billy,
nice.
So Billy took Robert for a ride in the S10.
Oh, he did. I missed that.
Yeah, you were still in the house finishing up something, and he... Yeah, Billy took him for a ride, and, well... Did he make a little bit of a pull?
Oh,
Twice. That was cool. And then, typical for us, last minute, testing before we leave. And Tony's like, I need to go make a test hit. And Billy's like, well, you want to go with us? Tony's going to go up the road and make a test hit. So,
So they got to experience the whole thing.
Yeah, all the disorganized, stuff that goes on before we leave.
Right.
So yeah, that was a good time. That was cool.
And I don't have everything in place to announce it yet, but we're starting on the next big giveaway.
I am so excited.
I dropped this on Vicky tonight.
My mind went, whew, mind blown. I'm so excited.
Vicky's excited. I'm excited. I think we're the only 2 or 3 people that know, maybe 4 total.
But things are in motion.
Things are in motion.
Yes.
Yeah. We've got something pretty exciting. Obviously, Squirrely Locks here is excited.
Yeah. I think this is probably my favorite giveaway yet. So, yeah, it's coming up. We'll announce all the details soon, but it's going to be a good one.